Well, I'm joined in the studio by social commentator Isabella Lisk. So, Isabella, it doesn't really look like the Italian authorities have this under control. What more help is there out there?
Well, we're not sure. I guess that's why they're having a meeting of the European heads of state. What we do know is that the charities are helping. There are boats, more boats, and increased patrols so that they're saving more people from the sea. But with a deluge of people coming in, I think they do need more help.
And what do you think that influx is down to? Because it doesn't seem like it's calming down at all at the moment. Do you think it's the Holy Grail of Europe? What is the attraction of Europe for the African migrants here?
Many people, those of the survivors that have been interviewed, will say it's desperation, it's the last chance. They've trekked miles over weeks and months, over, desert and very difficult terrains to get where they're going, and they just want safety. They want some certainty and stability, and the West would seem to be offering that.
When it comes to the sort of refugees and how they're dealt with in terms of asylum and where they're placed, where they're housed, what's the process when they do reach mainland Europe?
Well, at the moment, they have to have a medical before they're let ashore, and then they're given sort of emergency aid, clothing. There are several pregnant women that come on ashore. There are children and, people who are ill from the journey itself. So they're given all of this and then taken to centres. Hesitate to call them detention centres, but they are kept until they can be dispersed, and that disbursement is what is causing a lot of anxiety for many of the countries, those Italy that is at the forefront, and those who are being asked to contribute.
Sure. We hear from the UK today, HMS Bulwark, a very big ship, is in the area now to help with the rescue operations in there. But it's been sort of stuck in an area where they haven't been able to rescue because of various diplomatic wranglings of where the migrants will go when they are rescued. So
Indeed.
Can you understand why a lot of countries in Europe would be a little apprehensive to take on migrants?
Yes, I can understand, but it doesn't solve the problem. So it's either they're creating a bottleneck, and when you look at the larger numbers and population, if they can agree to disperse, then it won't seem so large a problem. But they're also looking at how to stem it, and if they cannot get cooperation, say, with Libya, or even at the source in these various countries where there is war, economic downturns and famine, it is a larger problem than they can handle.
How much do you think African governments and African authorities can be sort of taking the lead on this from their end? So essentially stopping the smuggling happening before Europe needs to intervene?
I would say that it's incumbent on African governments and leaders to feel ashamed that, their nationals are leaving in such numbers. There is instability, but they have to work and get in the help to enable this to stop, because I don't think it's very good at all. It's an indictment on African countries.
You mentioned about the European Navy chiefs discussing the migrant crisis in their meeting in Naples. Is there a feeling that they should be doing more in terms of rescue, recovery, charity, aid, the whole shebang?
Yes, they should. The fear is that they don't want to encourage more, but they are faced with a situation, and with the mass drowning of over 1,000 people recently, I think everything was brought to light whereby they knew that they couldn't sit and let this happen. It would be a worse ordeal.
When it comes to sort of distribution of resources, what are the biggest challenges here for charities like Save the Children, who we heard from in the report, and other charities involved in the efforts there?
I think you need resources, you need people, you need training. There's a lot of trauma. You need to know the psychological impact on the people who have made these sorts of journeys, and so you need more of that, I think. Yeah.
And when it comes to how long this crisis will continue, do you think there's any sign that the migrants from Africa will be stopping to coming over to Europe? Do you think there's any sign of the influx calming down at all?
No, at the moment, we're in the season of calm waters, and so, in fact, more will come over. And that may be wrongly interpreted that the soft touch, the rescue from Europe is encouraging them. But if you think about the logistics and the timeline, these people are already waiting on shore and just waiting for the right weather to cross over. So I don't think it will stem in the short term.
Isabella Lisk, thank you very much indeed for that.